Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss Death Wish. So this is the original Death Wish with Charles Bronson. He plays architect Paul Kersey, who seems to have it all, right? He lives in New York City. He's got a nice place. He's got a loving wife. He's got a daughter who's married and starting a family. His architect business is booming. I mean, he's the guy that you call in when it's a tough client or a tough design, and he can always nail it and get the job done. However, New York City is overrun with crime. And when his wife and daughter are victims of severe violence after they're followed home from a grocery store, his wife's dead. His daughter is basically like shell-shocked. She can't really, she's nonverbal and barely, aware. She's just completely traumatized. And so he turns to the system for help, the police, whatnot, and slowly starts to discover like, hey, there ain't no help coming. And so he starts to make some tough decisions, and that's the flow of the movie here. So this original Death Wish is much different than the sequels, in my opinion. I love the Death Wish sequels. I love canon, but they're like bananas, over the top. They're just trying to like throw out a revenge thing in the beginning so that you can get to the shooting and get to Charles Bronson hunting down criminals, which is fun. But this first Death Wish movie is a little bit more thoughtful and a little bit more like in-depth as far as following Paul Kersey from his original life through these traumatic events and then how he, responds to them. So it's not like it's just thrown out there and then he's immediately going on a rampage. Like this is it's not a slow burn. I mean, the pacing is amazing, but it's a psychological slow burn for Paul Kersey as as his character develops. It does have violence. It does, if you're upset by vigilante justice or you're upset by gun violence in movies, then you're probably not like this movie. But I think it's really well done. I think it's the best of the Death Wish movies. I don't think it's the most fun or most ridiculous, certainly not, but I do think it's the best of the Death Wish series. Charles Bronson, what an icon, man. 52 years old, I think, when he made this movie, and just completely delivers. Then he comes back like almost a decade later to do a bunch of sequels and, carry canon for a while with Chuck Norris. But anyway, I'm rambling because I love canon. Death Wish, great movie, not a canon movie, but a good movie, a great movie. Charles Bronson, amazing. If you like vigilante justice movies or you like, kind of crime thrillers or just like, movies about the human condition, check out Death Wish. If you want more reviews, I've got a full movie review playlist right here on YouTube with over 1,000 movie reviews. But until then, thank you for watching this one. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.